What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers, and once again, just like in my Super Bowl preview video, I should have said football fans instead of Giants fans, because it ain't a Giants video, it's a football video. I'm gonna do a recap of the Super Bowl from last night, man. Kansas City Chiefs are the new Super Bowl champions. They defeated the San Francisco 49ers in what was a really good game, a pretty good game, 31-20, although the final score not quite indicative of how the game went. It was very close for about like 80% of the game. I actually loved the game a lot, enjoyed myself, and I'm a little bit like sad and disappointed right now because I had footage of my reactions to the Super Bowl on my phone. I was at a watch party with a couple of my closest friends. I was cheering for the Niners towards like halfway through the Super Bowl because I don't know, I just wanted to pick a team to cheer for, and there were some great reactions on my phone, man, of me and my friends raging out when we started realizing they're gonna lose this, towards the start of the Chiefs comeback and whatnot. A lot of good rants on there, but unfortunately the files got corrupt somehow. My phone is just so bad that it apparently can't handle filming something that's like 9 minutes long, a little bit more than 9 minutes, and then the camera app literally crashed and the phone crashed. I don't know, man. It was disappointing. There was some good reactions in there, but let me get into the Super Bowl. So yeah, man, first and foremost, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, and congratulations to Andy Reid for getting his first Super Bowl, and the city of Kansas City for them getting their first Super Bowl. Just so happened to be their first Super Bowl appearance in 50 years, and they win the thing. Congratulations to Patrick Mahomes on the Super Bowl MVP. Congratulations to all the Chiefs players, the staff, the owners. Just congratulations to the city of Kansas City. You guys deserve it. It was a great win. It was a win that was definitely hard fought because for a minute there, it looked like they were down and out, but they came back as they have in every single playoff game this year. All the 2019 playoff games that the Chiefs were in, they were down double digits and they came back and won. It just seems to be the way that the team is built, and that's why they didn't exactly have a hard time doing it. But congratulations to them, and let me just get into the 49ers for a second before I get back to the Chiefs. But the 49ers, man, Jesus Christ, they had this game in the bag up until the fourth quarter, man. They had the game in the bag. They were doing what they did best, which is run the ball, play great defense. Shout out to Nick Bosa and DeForest Buckner, everybody on that defensive line. The linebackers even played good because they got an interception. The first Patrick Mahomes interception was from a linebacker that was in perfect coverage. The secondary got exposed at the end of the game, can't even lie to you. But for the first 3 quarters or so, they were playing good football. Man, the 49ers had this game in the bag. They were really doing everything correctly. They had their foot on Kansas City's throat, and then they let up. They really did let up in the fourth quarter. The defense started playing a bit softer, and that was all you needed. That was all the Chiefs needed. And let's not act as if the Chiefs are like blameless here, because for the first 3 quarters, they weren't playing Chiefs brand offense. They were like doing a lot of lateral passes, and they were doing more runs than I expected them to. Not that many deep shots or rolling out the pocket throws and whatnot. Like, the Chiefs were not playing their brand of offense, on the offensive side of the ball. And it's almost as though when the fourth quarter came in, they were down 10. Andy Reid realized, I have Patrick Mahomes on my team. Why don't I just bomb it deep, and why don't I just have him do his thing? And that's really what got them back in this game, and that's really what won him the Super Bowl MVP. Because other than that, Mahomes didn't exactly have a great game. There was throws where he legitimately spiked the ball into the ground, man. Like throws where he either overshot somebody or he just threw it into the dirt. But the Niners defense let up a little bit. Andy Reid, some seemed to click in his head. He's like, oh shit, I got Patrick Mahomes. The rest is history, man. They came back. I remember watching the game, and I'm like, on that one drive when the Chiefs scores to make it 17-20, they were getting down the field fairly quickly. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if the Chiefs get down here and if they score, they're gonna win the game. At that point I was like, they're gonna win the game because they're gonna get the ball back because their defense also started picking up. So the defense, not only were the offense picking up, the defense was picking up, and the defense got the stops. And I knew they were gonna win if they scored because the Niners are a team built to play ahead. While the Chiefs are a team built to come from behind, the Niners are completely a team built to play ahead. They can't come from behind, especially with the time constraint they had. It was 2 minutes, 44 seconds. There's a reason that they weren't passing the ball that much. There's a reason they're built on the run. It's because Jimmy G, you can't rely on him to, go out there and pass the balls and make clutch plays and whatnot. You can't rely on the team to be a throwing team because their quarterback isn't built like that. That's not how they were winning games. That's not how they got here. And unfortunately, they were forced to do that towards the end because of time. And well, they just collapsed, man. Like, Jimmy G is not the guy. Like, he honestly is not the guy to do that. I'm telling you, any other quarterback that has like a decent deep ball probably could have made the throws that Jimmy G didn't make, especially that Emmanuel Sanders throw, which just did not happen. And don't even get me started on the Kobe Bryant tribute during the game where Jimmy, he was getting sacked from like 2 different sides, and then he just tossed it up like a tribute to Kobe, to like his running back or something. I was like, I have no idea what he's doing, man. It was just, when the collapse happened, it was ugly. All right, like, let me just put it at that. The game was like very tight and very, very good the first half. When they went into the half 10-10, I was like, yo, this is a good game right here. The second, I just knew something was gonna explode in the second half because, like I said, Mahomes wasn't being Mahomes, the Chiefs weren't being the Chiefs. So I knew there was gonna be some sort of offensive explosion. Then the Niners took that 20-10 lead, and I was like, oh man, the game's over. There's no coming back from this. Not with the way the Chiefs are playing and the way the Niners are playing. Once again, the Niners were like draining out the clock, and the defense was still playing good. But then the defense let up. Then the Chiefs started playing good on both sides of the ball. Then the Niners offense was forced to be something that it's not. And that's it, man. That's really what happened. And Jimmy G really lost, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. A lot of people are going to disagree with it because, well, it's an opinion. You can disagree with it. But Jimmy G really lost this game, bro. There was many times he could have won it for the Niners. And you know what? I'm going to put some on Kyle Shanahan too, because didn't he do the same thing in the 28-3 Falcons versus Patriots Super Bowl where all the Falcons had to do to win that championship was run the clock out and they started passing? Like, all the Falcons had to do in 2016 was run the clock out and they'll be good. All the Niners had to do this year, all they had to do was run the clock out, like run it down to the point where Mahomes doesn't have time to make these amazing throws. That's all they had to do. They stopped running the clock out a little bit before the Chiefs got the score that got them 24-20. They stopped running the clock out before that. So, yo, Shanahan, this is on YouTube, bro. It looks like you got a history now. You have a pedigree of choking in the big game in the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna put this on both Shanahan and Jimmy G, man, because I mean the team itself played fine. You know what? Let me put on Sherman too, because he got burned in the fourth quarter. But who was it by? Sammy Watkins, I think, or was it that Bourne guy? That was really, the play that got them down there. Sherman got burned. If there's any team that's going to get a Super Bowl hangover, it's going to be the 49ers. I expect the Chiefs to be back in the thick of things next year. But the 49ers, I don't know, they might miss the playoffs just because they play in the NFC West. And once you fall off a little bit, you fall hard. I mean, the Rams, perfect example, and the most recent example this year. They were in the Super Bowl last year. They won, and they didn't even make the playoffs this year. Same thing could happen to the Niners. I'm not saying it will, but the probability of it happening is extremely, extremely high. Oh, some other things that got me heated, me and my boy CC that were cheering for the Niners. That touchdown call that they gave to Damian Williams, I think it was, man, his foot was out of bounds, bro. He was out of bounds before he got in the pylon. We were low-key heated about that, but it probably wouldn't have made a difference. Anyway, they would have been on the 1-yard line. They would have gotten the touchdown. I didn't like that offensive pass interference call on Kittle. I thought that was kind of stupid. He was just like, that was a minor push-off. I mean, I don't know, man. There was a couple holding calls on San Francisco. Like, Mike McGlinchey was caught. Like, I caught him holding a couple times on Chiefs defenders, but it wasn't called. I mean, in general, the refereeing of the game was good, but there were certainly things that could be, brushed up. But for the most part, I liked the Super Bowl. I liked it a lot. It was very entertaining to me. It's definitely better than last year's. It's probably the best one I've seen since 2016. And once again, I said this in my preview video, the reason I love 2016 Super Bowl so much was entirely because of the fourth quarter and overtime. That's what made it exciting. But let me know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. Who were you cheering for? Were you just watching as a fan? Were there points during the game that you got angry like me, even though you're not a fan of either team because of stupid mistakes made by Jimmy Garoppolo or other players? Or were you just chilling, man? Let me know. Once again, congrats to Kansas City, congratulations to Patrick Mahomes, and congratulations to Andy Reid. I'm out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Put your comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, I'm out.